Okay, so let's move on to our next presenter, which is Combo Pharma. Combo Pharma is trading under the ASX code S66 and has a market cap of approximately 17 million. Combo is a leading manufacturer and distributor of premium health and natural beauty products, with its high quality development and manufacturing facilities located right here in Sydney, Australia. Presenting from the company today is CEO Zhang. Sue, welcome to the network, and I'll pass over to you.
Okay, thank you, Manny. Thank you for having me on Share Cafe today. Look, tailoring off from Duncan and Matthew's presentation, Combo Pharma Limited is in a different sector. We play in the healthcare space, and predominantly we are a manufacturer to consumer model, whereby we have the manufacturing capabilities for vitamins and supplements based out of here in Sydney, Australia. And then we've also got our own branded product being distributed across the local pharmacy network. And then also on top of that, we've got a small retail arm that help us to do a B2C channel support, so business to consumers. Now, in particularly today's update for Combo Pharma Limited, I'm very, very excited to announce a new project that we have introduced to the business, and that is the gummies production capabilities that we have brought into the business. Next slide, please. Now, in relation to the company setup, we have been around for 15 years. And we are very, very lucky in the space in which the first day that we traded the company, I think the overall global vitamin sector was only about a 1.2 billion market cap about 15 years ago, okay? So that was the global vitamin supplement market. Now today, right, the latest figure indicates that the vitamins and supplement global market is now a $46 billion industry. Now, we are very fortunate to fall into the space, and our operation has stemmed in the past 15 years. Now, initially, the business was only doing small trading of vitamins and supplements. We then started to grow the manufacturing arm, and then the company was listed on the ASX in 2018. With the latest placement into the company in 2020, with subscription price at 0.68 cents, and overall we raised 33.3 mil. Next slide, please. So where we are located is that we are in Sydney, Australia, so we're just at Sydney West in a suburb called Smithfield. We operate out of a facility that totals about 30,000 square meters. Our capability ranges from a full manufacturing scope across all vitamin dosage forms, covering your liquids, soft gel capsules, tablets, pet supplements, powders, hard gel capsules, creams and lotions, dairy functional powders, and also very, very recently, earlier this year, a licensed gummies facility. Next slide, please. Now, our growth strategy are fixed on 6 pillars of core focus, and that is to focus on the research and development of our product and the reinvestment to build up production capacity into the business, such as, the new gummies line we have added in. We want to also broaden our service offerings, so continue to expand our capabilities. We also want to achieve economy of scale to gain price competitiveness. And by so, we continue to invest into the team that we have as well to provide better service and support and continued expansion of the site. So about 2 years ago, we acquired the adjacent facility next to ours as well to cater for future expansion plans. Next slide, please. Now, in particularly to the gummies line that we have recently installed at the beginning of the year, that facility upgrade has been completed, and we have recently acquired the Therapeutic Goods Administration sign-off and the licensing for that. Now, the expansion of the gummy product line will provide revenue growth opportunities as we've got a daily maximum capacity of 3 million gummies. Now, what that does is that we are one of the first full-scale commercialized contract manufacturer in Australia to be able to offer this dosage forms. Now, our branded component, our contract manufacturing, continue to experience strong growth in that segment, with year-on-year growth in 2022 at 28%, and then with the latest unaudited results at 19%. Now, that additional capability should allow us to provide that additional service offering to our existing and new clienteles. Next slide, please. Now, in terms of the gummy product outlook, why do we actually look at this particular dosing form, and why did we actually introduce that? It's because it offers a very, very different scope to the current commodity vitamins and supplement forms that we have. And these soft candies are very, very popular in both adult and children now as a dosage form. The innovation of it is the real innovation in the profile that we got on these products is the taste profiling. Now, what we are able to do now is we are able to do sugarless product in the gummies format. Next slide, please. Now, I want to give a little bit of an overview in relation to the market size here. So whilst the global vitamin market size is at 46 billion, and the gummy supplement market is only at 5.5 billion, but the annualized growth rate on your traditional vitamins is currently set at about 4.6%. Whereas for the gummies supplements, there is a compound annual growth rate of 9.17%. So, being the first to market advantage here is that we are one of the first contract manufacturers in Australia with a TGA licensed facility to be able to do this particular dosage form. So with that recent licensing, it has really placed us onto a global scale, and we've now started to engage multinational contracts and with our current capability. Next slide, please. Now, the gummy supplement, it is very unique. The formulation of it is extremely tedious and it's a very, very complicated process. Now, these ones are different to the traditional ones that you will see into the market, whereby there is no functional medication associated with it. Now, what we are able to do is provide those different profiles, not just in terms of taste profiling or colors or whatnot. We are able to include different benefits into these ingredients in the formula. So we're able to churn out your immune products in the gummies format, your sleep gummies in those format, and also other novelty deliveries as a functional benefit vitamin and supplement range. Next slide, please. In relation to our gummies license, being able to obtain the approval from the Therapeutic Goods Administration places us as a quality and innovative player in this market space, because we are one of the first leaders to market in terms of being able to deliver these dosage forms in a commercial scale in Australia. Our most advanced gummy machines are proudly now manufactured in Australia, capable of producing high quality and sugarless gummies in various forms. We are able to do different specifications and product profiles to tailor for different market needs, and we really prioritize quality in all process of the production process. Next slide, please. Now, these are some of the benefits of the gelatin in a gummies format. We've got a few concepts and a few capabilities around that. And in relation to this, we are playing in the fast-moving consumer care category, right? So we need to ensure that the product are attractive, they're clean, and they are a product that has a strong market demand. And with the gummies addition that's newly encompassed into the company profile, we sincerely believe that this will deliver strong growth for us in the near term. Now, that's that sums up my presentation of Star Combo Pharma Limited, and hopefully that's given a little bit of a better overview in terms of who we are and what we do.
Okay, Sue, thank you very much for that. Yeah, very interesting. Just coming back to the gummy market, can you just remind us what is that? What is the size of the gummy market? What's Star Combo's market share, and how much do you think you might be able to grow that market share, and why?
Okay, so thanks, Manny. That's a very challenging question to answer, but I'll try to tackle it as best as I could. So the total gummies market is trading at about 5 billion or so. That's a total global vitamin market size. Now, in terms of that market size, the most important thing is that it's got a compound annual growth rate of 9.7%. Okay, so there's a strong demand in terms of the market, because if the market is highly saturated and there's no growth factor into it, it doesn't matter what you do, but you have to actually gain market share from existing players. But the benefit of being in the market space whereby there is strong, significant growth is that we are able to tailor to those increased consumer demand and capture that new market. So, we're really riding the wave of that growth. We're not trying to capture any of the existing market, right? Because that is established market. But what we're really trying to do with the setup and play is to gain new market and to respond to that demand and that increase in new market opportunities.
Okay, well, that's pretty clear. So, what about growth beyond the gummy silo, let's call it? So, are you looking at potentially other products that you could roll out along the same lines? Is there something covered? Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, Manny. Look, in the beginning of it, I probably didn't focus too much on the current business scope, but our company at the moment already encompasses a few different dosage forms. And the existing business benefit of that is that we are seeing very, very strong growth profile. So, in the past, between 22 to 23, audited figures is that our growth in the contract manufacturing space grew by 19%. So that business segment had really, really strong momentum over there. And then, with even the unaudited figure up to April, again, we're seeing that growth curve in existing business. So whilst we've got a very, very strong momentum in our existing business, we continue to anticipate that will sort of continue through.
Okay, and just before you go, one more question. Coming back to the financials, I noticed on your numbers slides, the business is growing its revenue, sort of fairly healthily. And you did have some projections, for FY24. What sort of growth can we expect going forward on those sort of revenue numbers? What should we? How much will that move into, and that expansion in the gummy space, push those revenue numbers in the next few years?
Look, Manny, I think that's a very, very solid question. But the new line that we have set up in terms of the gummy space, it's a 2,000 square meter or so facility. It's newly equipped. And again, it's the first to market in Australia, and it's very, very, it is very large in commercial scale in terms of the vitamins and supplement space, right? So our anticipation is obviously, given that there's a strong market demand and there is a full commercialized line that's been set up in play, and we're seeing that demand to trickle through already, we obviously have strong anticipation that, with the compound annual growth rate at 9.71%, that, we at least fly with those figures.
Okay. We have had a question that's just come in whilst you were answering that last one. The question is, what is the dividend policy, if any, for Star Combo?
Thank you, Manny, and thank you for raising that question. So at the moment, because it is so close to the end of the financial year, It is probably not in the best timing to disclose our current dividend policy. But once we do have that, be rest assured that we will release that across the market.
Okay, understood. So basically you do have a dividend policy, but we're not discussing it at the moment.
Absolutely, Manny.
Fantastic. Sue, thank you very, very much for your time today. That was great.
Thanks, Manny.